Welcome back to part 2 of working on Lady in Red. Last episode, you saw us strip the engine apart, did a bit of cleaning up on her. Between episodes, I got the right-hand side valve gear taken apart, and I noticed that die blocks are quite worn, so they're going to need replacing. Won't be able to do that this episode because I am currently waiting on some material to arrive. However, as you can see there, there's play in that bearing. So I think in this episode we're going to replace that bearing. So I'll take you through the process of machining them up on the lathe. If I get a chance, I'll get the left-hand valve gear apart and potentially look at left-hand bearing, because chances are that's probably going to be exactly the same condition. I'm hoping I have the right size drill bits and everything. One thing I will say is everything I do in this video, it's not a tutorial. It's just how I do it. It's probably not the right way, but it works. Enigma, I've replaced all the valve gear on Enigma exactly the same way, had a little titch. So it works. Don't follow it exactly. There are plenty of other people out there that do better tutorials than I do. I'm just showing you what I'm doing on this engine. So yeah, with that, I think it's time to get this apart and see how bad the bearings are. So I'll see you in a little bit. We've got here the valve gear parts. I can't remember what it's called now. I should know what it's called. Return crank. It's Hackworth valve gear. I can't remember what it is. But it's all held together with split pins. So what I'm going to do, leave that on there a second. Let's grab a flat bladed screwdriver. Just undo the split pins. We'll pull this apart and let's see where we go. I'll see how bad this bearing is, because I reckon it's going to be quite bad. Need a pair of pliers, no? There we go. I might end up speeding this up in the edit, by the way. This is just grab a little pot. Get yourself a pot that I can put everything in. Take that off. So that's the bearing we're going to want to replace. Don't actually know how bad it is, to be fair. Yeah, there's quite a lot of play in that. That's quite bad. So what we're going to do, we'll grab something I can use just to press that out with. Let's have a little look. That's not the right size. No, a little bit smaller than that one. There we go. So I'm just going to use a socket and a hammer just to press out that bearing. There we go. Coming out nice and easily now. And I'll drop it on the floor. Oh, dear. Right, so there you go. That's the bearing. So we've got to make one of them up. Right, so got the bearing out of that. So having a quick measure of the pin we got in there, that is what did I come out as? About 9.3 mil, which in metric comes out about 3/8. So I'm going to drill the bearing to 3/8. I hope, because that's the closest size that I've got for that. I haven't got any other size. I really don't want to have to remake that, so if the 3/8 is still a little bit sloppy, I guess I'm going to have to remake that to the right side. Don't really want to have to do that, but you know, oh well. The outside diameter of this bearing is, let me just have a little measure, 12.5 mil. So that'll be about ½ inch. It's about 12.6 mil. And then we're looking at 16 mil for the little lip. The little lip is about 16 mil. So the first thing to do will be to take my bronze, machine down some of it to 16 mil, and then we'll go from there. So I'll take it over to the lathe and we'll start machining up this bronze. Right, material is in the lathe. It is all set up. The first thing to do is machine it down to an outside diameter of about 16 mil. Then we can do the ½ inch diameter to go through the rod. I can't remember what it's called. The rod. And then we can drill the hole through the middle of it, take the pin. So let's get on with it. Cool, so we've got the new bearing and we got the rod that it goes into. Next thing to do is to press it in, which hopefully you should see on this camera down here. So I'm going to push it in like that, and then using the vise, just very gently squeeze that bearing home. There we go, slowly and gently. And there we go. Right, so see, I've got pushed the bearing in. So the next thing to do is what we're probably going to do is just run the 9.5mm drill bit through that, just to open it up slightly, because there is still quite a tight fit in there. So we'll open it up again, just a smidge, and push it together. There we go. Then if I grab the other part, that now slides together quite nicely. There's a little bit of movement there, but it's not as much as what there was before. So yeah, I'm happy with that. So now it's time just to reassemble that part. Washer back on. Time to just reassemble it back together basically. Same split pin again. I will buy new split pins. I haven't got any available to me at the moment, but this will get replaced with a brand new split pin before the engine goes back into service. Now I'm just going to do a bit of swarf on that. Just going to use the same flathead screwdriver just to open up that split pin. On like that. And then this one, bend it around. Pair of pliers. Just do. You just use the hammer. Just tap it around like that. There we go. And then that's all together again. Right, so it's the next day. This is all complete now. Got it back together. It is now lovely and tight. There is a tiny little bit of play in there, but there's not a lot. So it's ready to go back in the engine. I'm not going to show doing the other side because it's exactly the same process. As you can see, I sped through the machining. I'm not an expert, it's just how I do it. Like I said at the start of the video, there are plenty of other people out there that are better at this than me. But what I do, it works. So I think in the next video, probably going to look at the injector water system. So to do that, we've got to modify the manifold on the Loco. We've got to do a new clack manifold, stuff like that. So that'll be the next video. Won't get it all complete, but we'll do little bits here and there. Sorry if you can hear whining the dog in the corner. We've got the dog down here, so yeah, she's made an appearance. So yeah, that'll be the next episode. Thank you all for watching. Hope you enjoyed. If there's any feedback or anything like that, please leave a comment below. Like, subscribe, whatever. And yeah, tune in next week, hopefully, for the next video.